Hi there friends, it's Sarah from Ruffles and Rain Boots, and today we're making a no-sew Easter basket. I used my Cricut, but you don't have to. If you'd like to make this with me, stick around. As always, please give this video a like so I know you're here. Now, all of the materials are going to be in the link below, but I started out with heat and bond tape, my Cricut machine, and fabric. So what we're going to do is, if you want your Cricut to cut everything, go ahead and get that started, including the funny bunny or happy Easter or whatever you want to put on the front of this. I use the puff HTV, which is a super fun little thing. It's really soft and fuzzy. So once I have my pieces cut, I used a 1-inch heat and bond on the two shorter edges, and I just ironed that on. Once that was attached, I removed the paper. There you go. And then I put the right sides of the fabric together and iron this. And so what this does is it creates a seal. It is surprisingly strong. We tested this around our house, putting stuff in it, and it definitely holds. So once that's there, you're gonna notch one end, and the long edges, you're gonna notch those so that we can attach it to this. This is the base, and I'm using the 1-inch tape just cut in half. I do have a thinner tape, which I'll show you. I used on the ears a little bit later. Just make sure that you're mostly lining up the corner edges for this. Remove all the paper, and then you're going to line up that notched edge of your main body piece with the outside edge of the base. So you can see here, it's pretty easy and it's very forgiving. So again, you'll see the finished product here in a second. It is very forgiving. This is also great to use as a plant cover, an easy decoration for a plant. Just don't attach the handle. All right, so you can see how quick this is coming together. I'm showing you in detail here, just all the way around. It fits perfectly. Okay, so we're going to turn that inside out, lay it flat, and we're going to choose the front. We've cut out Funny Bunny in that cool puffy HTV, and so all I'm going to do is just weed that out, cut it in half, and then stack those two on to attach them with my mini press. I love this little thing. It's probably the #1 thing I'm using in my craft room other than my glue gun right now. All right, so once you have the body done, we're going to move on to the lining, and you're going to repeat the exact thing. So it is smaller, but right sides together, attach it to the base after notching it, and your lining will be done. All right, for the ears, I would definitely use the thinner of the heat and bond, and you can tell on one, when you'll see it at the end here, one of my ears had a bit of a pokey part in it. So I think that's because I didn't attach the ends of the heat and bond very well, so do pay attention to that. And once you have it, just again, we're putting all of this on the right side so that we can turn it inside out and it looks sewn. If this one gives you trouble, just use a pencil or a bamboo skewer to get that tip out. And then you can iron it. There you go. Repeat that for the second ear and set those aside for a second. We're gonna make a handle. So here we go. I cut this by hand, as you can tell, because it's not so even, but you can cut this with your Cricut. I'm just, again, right sides together, adding the thinner heat and bond, ironing it, and then turning it inside out. Now for this one, I would definitely recommend the pencil because the eraser end is going to help grab that fabric, and you can just basically slide it down over the tip of the pencil like so. Give that an iron once you have it turned out, and now we're going to assemble. We're going to use a bit of the heat and bond to put on the handles, and make sure you're leaving room for the ears, so go straight to the sides for the handles, a little bit back of center, and then we can put on these ears just right inside that handle. Just add the heat and bond, attach the ear, iron it down, I'm just making sure it's fastened by moving it, scrunching it, making sure it's there. All right, and now we're going to turn it outside right, put the lining into it, and then finalize it with some trim. I used Sherpa fleece, and I measured between the two ears, and I just put the heat and bond on that, and then put the entire lining piece onto my basket. So I did use a little bit extra on the inside to make sure it didn't didn't have any portions that weren't firmly and fixed on there. And then I just repeated it for the other side. Now, when it was all done and everything was set, I just made sure if I had any pieces that the Sherpa didn't attach, I just glued that down with hot glue. And then we attach a 2-inch pom-pom for our little bunny tail. And that's it. And like I said, this has gotten a workout so far in our house. It's doing great. You let me know down below. What do you think? Would you make it? Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more crafty fun.